Lena was just a young maid working in a rich man's house. She lived a quiet life, doing her chores and staying out of trouble. But one night, everything changed. That night, she ended up sharing a bed with someone she couldn't see in the dark. The next morning, she realized what had happened. She had mistakenly slept with her boss, Mr. Damon. She felt broken, scared, and full of guilt. She kept asking herself, how could I have made such a mistake? What if his wife finds out? What if he denies it? Weeks passed and Lena discovered she was pregnant. Her hands trembled as she held the test in her hand. Tears rolled down her cheeks. She knew the child growing inside her didn't ask to be here, and yet she had no idea how to protect it. The next morning, Mrs. Verona, Mr. Damon's wife, stormed into Lena's room. She had already found out about the pregnancy. With anger in her eyes, she said, "If you want to keep working in this house, you must get rid of that child." Lena begged her, "Please, ma'am, don't make me do that. I can't harm an innocent life." But Verona wasn't interested in mercy. "You can't even tell me who the father is. Why should I believe anything you say? You have 3 days to end it or leave this house." Lena felt helpless. She couldn't afford to live outside, and she couldn't bear the thought of losing her baby. Later that day, when Verona had stepped out for a while, Lena quietly went to Mr. Damon's study. She stood at the door nervously, unsure of what to say. "Sir," she whispered, "please speak to your wife for me. Let her allow me to stay here just a little longer." Mr. Damon looked at her, confused. "Lena, no woman wants a pregnant housemaid around. They'll see you as a burden." But Lena replied softly, "I promise I'll continue working, at least until I get too tired. I just don't want to harm my baby." Damon sighed and said, "To be honest, I understand. I've been trying to have a child with my wife for years, but nothing ever happened." Lena looked down, realizing the full truth. So it's her, she thought. All these years they've blamed fate, but one mistake with me and I got pregnant. Maybe the problem was never him. 2 days passed. Verona's anger hadn't cooled down. She confronted Lena again, and this time she slapped her. "I told you to either end that pregnancy or leave. There are plenty of girls out there waiting to work here." Lena, with tears in her eyes, finally spoke out. "You want me to destroy my womb the way you destroyed yours, right? I won't do it." Verona was shocked. "How dare you say that to me?" she shouted. "Pack your things and get out now." Lena begged her. "Please, madam, I'm sorry. Let me just talk to your husband first, and then I'll leave." That evening, Lena stood before Mr. Damon again. She had made up her mind. She couldn't carry the burden of the secret any longer. "Sir," she said slowly, "I didn't know who it was that night. But when I saw your watch the next morning, I realized the truth. You were the one I was with." Damon was frozen. I thought you were Verona that night," he whispered. "It was dark. I didn't know." Lena nodded. "I didn't know either. But now there's a child, your child." Just then, Verona entered and overheard everything. Her face turned pale. "So this is what you've been hiding from me?" she screamed. "You betrayed me with the maid?" Damon looked at her calmly and said, "Verona, we've been trying to have a child for years. Maybe now we know. Maybe the problem wasn't me." Verona's hands shook with rage, but Lena stepped back. "Now you both know the truth," she said, her voice shaking. "What you decide to do with it is no longer in my hands." The room fell silent. The tension hung in the air like smoke. And just like that, everything had changed. But this is not the end, because what Verona does next will shock everyone. To be continued.